back on the northwest for week 19, heading out on Andrew's new boat to check out a bit of coast. Great boat, got us out to some pretty cool spots, really nice and quick, and the conditions were spectacular. Here's a little Ray, just dropped down him to say g'day. Swam along, looking for what I'll find on the northwest today. There's Andrew going for a bit of a swim, also having a bit of a squeeze, trying to figure out what he wanted for dinner. So on this drop I'm thinking, a sweep would be a good fish for tea. I do love sweep. I line this fella up, but he jumps away pretty quickly, and then right behind him is this nice magpie. I think, well, a magpie is quite tasty. I'll take that one. It's always good to get a good fish on an early drop.
Yeah, do I start?
Here I've thrown the flasher and some wrasse have come in. Now I've got some sweep coming in to check out the flasher. So I wouldn't mind if they were a little bit bigger. It's one thing we found on this day in particular. Lots of really good fish, but no huge fish. Nothing really big. Here we're creeping up. Tons of wrasse hanging out. And there's a nice looking sweep. So a little bit bigger than those last ones. Excellent. I can crisp that skin up. Yeah, gorgeous fish. Love the old crispy skin sweep. Now in this shot there is a Melbourne skate. Might not be able to see it. I don't think I noticed it at first either. Oh, nothing around the corner. And then just there you can see him. They're cool. Those Melbourne skates, plenty on the north coast. There's a nice male herring cale, beautiful colouring. A wrasse. A few bluethroat wrasse on this spot, which was quite interesting because normally you don't see too many bluethroats in the one location. You see lots of females and one male in the harem, but there's a few males here. Not too big though, so they must be transitioning probably when they don't need to, or maybe the male's gone and a few different females have transitioned at the same time. I'm thinking they're the biggest and the best, I guess. Here Andrew's gone down and he's grabbed one of those wrasse for himself. So great fish, that wrasse.
Nice wrasse! Love this some wrasse. Yeah. Good fish. Oh yeah. You stoked it, did you? I think so. Nice. They usually go a bit harder than that. Do what I shoot them.
Here I've just gone down to grab the flasher. Had a bunch of Barber Perch going for it on this dive, on that throw, which is quite interesting. So you can see them all hanging out there. Decent sized little barbers too. So I haven't taken one of those for a long time. They're a pretty small fish, bit mushy, but if you need a feed and you're not seeing much else, Barber Perch isn't too bad. Here I've got some herring cales getting about. Really good herring cale ground here. So I'm a big fan of the herring cales, but I didn't take any on this day. Was tempted. I'm a bit conflicted. I like getting the really big ones, but I also don't like getting the big ones when they've got big bloated bellies full of roe. So these size are pretty good, really. Here's another wrasse. A few fish getting about, chasing the old flasher. Here I've got a goat, he's a bit small. But one thing that's pretty cool and got my attention on this drop was a heap of really little goat fish. So sometimes I get more excited seeing tons of little fish than I do big fish. But you're swimming off, you're saying don't touch me, chase my babies. Thought I'd just go and check them out. Yeah, cool to see. We've got a bunch of wrasse. There's a white ear on the right. Nice sweep, very picturesque. Magpie there, got some leather jacket. Here I've thrown the flasher and a squid's come in. And it looks like I hit it, but I definitely did not. Startled it. Then another one come in, and I've thought, well, surfer shots are a bit hard. Take your time. Maybe see how you go doing a dive on it. So I've made that decision, and it wasn't a good decision. The squid had bailed. And here I've got a little mackerel come in, so I'm thinking maybe I'll go for the surfer shot, but this thing is, like, I'm barely twitching. And this thing's flying all over the shop. I did not pull the trigger on that one. Yeah, not sure what type of mackerel it was, but it was moving very quickly. Small target and only one of them. There's another squid. Here we go, it's grabbed the flasher and I've just shot off. It was terrible. There's another one, and this time I've just taken my time, and it took me a little bit too long. Always hard to know whether, when you miss a shot, whether to slow down, whether to speed up, whether to take surfer shots, whether to dive. And I guess all those things going through your head as you're lining up the squid. Well, this one was good. So he's coming in, and he's a little bit bigger. And so the good thing about bigger squid is they're bigger targets, which when you've got someone like me that likes missing, a bit easier to hit. So I was pretty stoked. Hit that one, grab the flasher, grab the squid, and oh, it's decent sized. Inking everywhere. So normally whenever I shoot a squid, I just squeeze between the eyes and it's dead pretty much instantly. Had to wrestle with this one a bit. It wasn't so easy to dispatch it. He's wrapped around me there. I think he's trying to chew me as well, so it was a battle to death. One of us was dying. Wasn't me this time, which is nice. It was a good squid. Good calamari. Come in at 1.3 kilos, so did weigh him afterwards. A lot of food on there. Yeah, beautiful animal. Here Andrew's gone for a dive, so we didn't have our guns loaded here. We're just looking around for possibly abs, and then he gives me that indication. Load up. So he saw a snook. He knew I was pretty keen on the snook. I think he's got one recently too and enjoyed it. So we threw the flasher, but didn't quite get the snook to come in, unfortunately. Right here we've swum a bit from the boat, and he's handed me his gun, so he's gone back to grab the boat. So I was really ready for a big fish here, but didn't see anything too big by the time he got back. There's a little whitey. I love seeing the juvenile whitey, just looks so cool. And some other little fish there. Here's actually relatively deep, but not many big fish around, lots of little fish. There's a larger white here, still not full adult, still got a bit more colour there. There's a little magpie. There's that white again. And there's a bunch of really, really little fish. Here we have found a heap of little zebra. It was a pretty cool spot. We found this little, almost like a lagoon. And there were just zebrafish everywhere there. Nuts. Didn't see any big ones in there though. I'd imagine they would be around. If you've got lots of small fish, generally there's bigger ones elsewhere. Probably a few good sized ones. but they don't get big by being silly. So they're probably keeping their distance from us big monkeys with spear guns. Yeah, heaps of zebra. Alright, got a bunch of kraken for dinner. That's how it goes. Jenny made a really yummy maple miso udon magpie perch dish. Oh, good stuff. Oh yeah. Crispy skin with salsa verde.